Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are fine and also doing your studies. So today we are going to start with the same chapter number 16, Digestion and Absorption, and today we are going to start with the structure of villi. So in previous class we have seen the word and we have heard the term villi, right? So in your stomach, right, I told you that there is a villi like structure is present. So let's talk in detail what is the structure of villi and how what is the role and how does it looks. Okay, so each vilus, okay, has a core of connective tissue. From they are made up of connective tissue that covered with a layer of columnar epithelial cells. Okay, the core contain blood capillaries and anterior and venal for the absorption of amino acids and also glucose. Okay, so it also contain our lymphatic vessels, okay, the lactic vessels for the absorption of fatty acid and glycerol. The columnar cells of surface epithelium have brush border and are absorptive in functions. Okay, so in the folds of villi there are many glands which are known as the Burners gland. Okay, they secrete the digestive juice or intestinal juice and it contains all the intestinal digestive enzymes. Okay, so the muscularis mucus is thin and it is circular muscular fibers that extend into the villi. Clear? Now let's talk about the that crepust of the libercum that contain the following glands. Okay, which type of glands which is present inside the villi. Okay, so first we having is the mucus secretion. Yes, goblet cell. Okay, it is found in the respiratory tract that secrete mucus. Clear? Yes. Next is enzyme secreting, that is penith cell. Okay, so that secrete the protein, peptide and epithelial cells. Okay, next we having is hormone secreting, that is argynephrine cells. They usually do the silverstein, means the hormone that one is secreted cell. Okay, that hormone secretion can done by this. So this is basically the function of villi in human body. So let's talk about the digestive gland. Okay, so as you all know that all the gland of the alimentary canal associated with digestive, that are called digestive gland. So these are divided into two groups, external gland and internal gland. Okay, so first of all let's talk about external gland. So all those glands that situated outside the alimentary canal are made up of glandular epithelium and are called external glands, and these glands secrete their secretion into alimentary canal through tubules, that is salivary gland, liver and pancreas. So let's see the function of salivary gland. So three pairs of salivary gland that open into a buccal cavity, and these are sublingual gland that below tongue, submaxillary gland below lower jaw, and partioid gland below in the front of ears. Okay, that acute infections of parathyroid gland, that is called MUPS. Clear? So what is the function of saliva? Let's see. So you can see here is a structure given, right? So you can see in this structure, my dear students, the salivary gland that produce saliva which lubricate food and help in particle digestion of the starch, right? And their secretion make the mucus also moist, always moist. Okay, and it cleans the mouth cavity and teeth also, and it contains a salivary amylase or pethylene amylase, that enzyme that required for the digestion of starch. Okay, so next we having is liver. Here a structure is also given, you can see. So as you all know that liver is the largest gland that found in the body, and the weight of the liver is 1.6 kg 1.6 kg, in an adult man. So it reddish brown in color, that's situated in the upper part of the abdominal cavity that touching the diaphragm. Okay, and it consists of two lobes, that is right and left lobes. The right lobes that is extend over the right path of the abdomen, and the left lobe situated on the left side of the right lobe. Okay, liver is covered with peritoneal membrane, yes, and which cap it in the opposite position. Okay, so on the interior surface of the liver, the two longitudinal and one transverse fissures which divided the liver from below into four labs, that is left, right, left, quadrate, and yes, caudate. Okay, so in the right longitudinal fissures, that is gallbladder is present. Okay, now if we will see the histological liver, it is found of many yes, pentagonal or hexagonal lobules that separated by a sheath of connective tissues fibers, that is called Gleason's capsule. It contains numerous interlobule blood vesicular and interlobules, that is bile duct. Okay, and each hepatic lobules has a certain or intralobular vein that around with a large number of hepatic cell and are arranged in a single row forming, that is called the hepatic cords. ठीक, now let's see the liver sinusoid. Okay, so these are irregular branches of interlobule veins. Okay, and they are also called as the Kupffer cells. Okay, Kupffer cells. Next is bile, yes, bile capillaries. So bile capillaries means these form a network of the surface of hepatic cell, and these join to form a bile duct which opens into a hepatic duct. Okay, again here is a structure is given, how beautifully it is given. See, liver and pancreas with associated structure. Right, so we can see, if we will talk about the function of liver, though it secretions of bile done by the liver, yes, metabolism of glucoses like glucogenesis, yes, glucolysis, glucogenesis. So all these metabolism can be done by the liver. Okay, now synthesis and storage of fat, that is yes, lipogenesis, beta oxidation and lamination of the protein. So all these things can be done by the function of liver. So when we will talk about the pancreas, so pancreas is the second largest gland in the human body that lies behind the, yes, see, this is the TS, that is transverse section of pancreas of mammal. So it is the second largest gland in human body. It lies behind the stomach in the human body. It lies behind the stomach as in U of the duodenum, and it is diffuse leaf shaped that compound gland form a exocrine or endocrine part. Okay, so like yes, so it also plays a very important role, pancreas. So the pancreatic juice, yes, the secretion of pancreatic juice can be done by pancreas. Okay, so all these types of cells like beta cell, alpha cell, that produces the hormone glycogen, and beta cells produces by hormone insulin, and glycogen that convert stored glycogen of the liver cells into cellulose. But while that intracellular promote the formation of glycogen that forms the glucose. Okay, so let's see the function of pancreas. So it secretes various types of enzyme like yes, trypsin, yes, chlorotrypsin and strepsin. So all these yes, enzymes can be secreted by pancreas. Now it secretes glycogen and insulin hormones also, and that is why pancreas is known as the mixed gland, because it is exocrine as well as endocrine in nature, because due to the secretion of enzymes as well as the secretion of hormones both. Okay, so let's see the internal glands. So all those glands which are present in the wall of alimentary canal are called internal digestive gland. Okay, just like we having gastric gland, right? So gastric gland are simple, unbranched and branched tubular gland that embedded into the lamina propria that form the following types of cell, like zygogen cell, or we can say peptic cells or chief cells, and oxytonic cells or mucus or globulate cells. So all these cells can be secreted by the internal gland. So I have already described you the process of digestion, right? Means by the help of buccal cavity, right? The functions of saliva, now how it get digested in the stomach, right? So digestion in stomach, in which way it get digested by the chemical digest, right? Mucus cell, all these types of pepsin, renin, all these done the secretion of all these things. Now digestion in duodenum, this also we have discussed, right? Ki what is the role of duodenum in our body, right? Now bile juice and its important, means how we secrete the bile juice and what is the importance of bile juice, right? So in this way, now if we will talk about the digestion in, yes, bile juice, it is completed. Now if we will talk about the digestion in ileum, okay, so from duodenum food reaches the ileum by the peristalsis, that is called the chyle. So this is the inner surface of the ileum that contain two types of gland, that is Borner gland and the cryptus of Libercum, or we can say the intestinal gland, right? So again in the ileum they secrete different types of enzymes, okay? So they help the food to digest inside this part, okay? Now after this we have the large intestine. This already we have studied how the food get digested into large intestine, like the food, it converted the food component into carbohydrate, protein, fat. See there, student, there is a table is given, right? Means the various type of food can converted into carbohydrate, protein, fat, nucleic acid, all these things. Now enzymes can secreted inside this, like pepsin, yes, bile salt, amylase. So in this way you can see, and it form the final product also. So and also we know that roles of enzymes in a digestion. So enzymes plays a very important role, like digestion in buccal cavity can also done by the different types of enzymes, and digestion in the stomach, that is also done by like a secretion of HCl, that is start and become acidic. So all these having a very important role. In the same way we having various types of digestion, like digestion in a small intestine, then after that digestion of protein, how protein get digested, right? And digestion of small intestine, again the process, okay? Now let's talk about the digestion of fat, okay? How fat get digested. So as we all know that fat are insoluble in water and it is not digested in buccal cavity and stomach. So it is digested only in small intestine. The buccal cavity, the buccal juice, the bile juice that secrete by gallbladder, okay? So that helps. So in what happens actually is pancreatic juice that converted into fat, and that fat will converted into enzyme, and that fat digested enzyme is present inside the pancreatic juice, okay? So in this way, again I told you that villi is present. So villi also plays a very important role, like absorption in the buccal cavity and esophagus, absorption in the stomach, absorption in the small intestine, in large intestine. So all these things can done by the villi and the role of the absorption of digested food, okay, by the help of villi. Now in our next video we will talk about the method of absorption, okay? I hope you understood, and all these given is the what is the process and what is mechanical process, or how our body work exactly, okay? So it is given in detail. So I hope that you will read it in good way, so that you will easily understood what is exactly given, okay? Thank you.